Welcome to the Learning Shop Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mike McFarland, and I'm excited today to bring forward a special guest, one of our student leaders. I will be meeting with and discussing with our student leader, Miss Madison Stanton. She's an awesome leader in CrowleyISD. You all are in for a treat. Hi, Madison. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Man, I'm awesome, and I'm excited about what you're going to share with us today about leadership. Everyone, please welcome Madison, our first guest. Check this out. Madison is not only a student in CrowleyISD, but she is the president of the Student Voter Empowerment Club. That's right. She's in the 10th grade. She's a president of the Student Voter Empowerment Club. She can't even vote yet, but she's the president of the club. That's leadership right there. She's also a founder and member of the Flock. She's also involved in student council. She's a dancer. She's a volleyball player. And she is a district champion track star in CrowleyISD. Welcome, Madison.
Hi.
It's so good to talk to you today, Madison. You are really, I told my team earlier, you're the face of STEM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math in CrowleyISD.
Well, thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So let's get going. We're going to really engage today in a conversation about leadership. So welcome to the Learning Shop, all right? And this is where we learn, we grow, we share, and we want to hear from you. So I like to start all my sessions off with really a segment called Fresh Leadership Advice in 60 seconds.
Okay.
All right, you like that?
Yeah.
That's a nice title, right? Fresh.
Yeah, fresh.
It's got to be fresh, all right? Give me your best.
Okay.
All right, here we go. You ready? I'm going to read the statement, and then I'm going to pause and give you a chance to complete the statement.
Okay.
All right. High school gives students a chance to
Succeed.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Being involved on campus can
Open up doors.
open up doors. All right, man. So you quick. All right. Having a supportive team will
Always have your back.
all right. Discovering your purpose can help you to
In the future, it can help you, know your purpose for in the future.
awesome.
Help you know
okay.
what you want to do.
Help you know what you want to do.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Having a leadership role in an organization is
To me, it's helping me know what I want to do. So when I get older, it's not like I don't know what to do. I don't know how to lead people. If somebody puts me ahead of a group in the future, I'm going to know how to lead them. So that's what
okay.
it means.
All right. Making mistakes while you're young is
Helping you in the future. Honestly, I feel like if you make more mistakes while you're young, you won't make those same mistakes when you're older. That's what my dad always tells me. So make mistakes while you're young so you won't make the same mistakes when you're older.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Madison, for those fresh leadership advice. And so what I want to do now is just take a second and step back, right? Because I read your biography. I read all the things that you're involved in. I left things out, right?
Yeah.
You started being involved in STEM, like in the elementary school.
Dallas
what is
Park.
that? Tell me about that.
My parents put me in Dallas Park around kindergarten. I used to go to a private school and pre-K and stuff. And then I went to Dallas Park. My parents liked the STEM over there.
Yeah.
So my parents were always like, you need a black woman in STEM.
Yeah.
They'll open up a lot of new doors. So
Right.
it was like I was always hands-on when I was a little kid. That's how I would learn. And Dallas Park really opened the door to engineering for me. So it was like we always went on field trips. They always had us outside. So it was like not everything was digital, but we were always hands-on, and that's what my parents liked about Dallas Park and the STEM.
Well, awesome. I'm just definitely glad to hear that you got your early start at Dallas Park, and even to hear right now that you're in the STEM, you're in the engineering class, and in the process of actually being probably selected as a founder and leader of what I'm thinking is going to be this Women in STEM club in CrowleyISD.
Black Women in STEM. Mr. Baylor told me yesterday, actually, that he would appoint me the head of Black women in engineering. They're supposed to be investing a lot of new money in this program for next year because everybody's STEM is a new thing. That's where everything is going with AI and so you have to know how to work these things in the future. So I feel like, especially being a Black woman in STEM, you have a lot of new doors open to you. And I think I was really happy when Mr. Bailey told me I was going to be ahead of that.
That's
for next
awesome.
year.
That's awesome. So tell me this, this idea in this learning shop and on this podcast, we're talking about really leadership and learning and the connection between being a learner and also being a leader. What does it mean to you if I said leadership and learning, they're connected? How is that connected for you?
For me, when I was little, my dad told me that everything was connected. So when I was older, especially leadership and learning, they're two different things, but they all come together. You can learn how to be a leader. So it's not like everybody honestly can't be a leader. You can be a leader if you want to, but it's you have to learn. You have to learn how to do. You have to have somebody that is a leader to influence you, to be there for you,
Okay.
so that you can learn how to be a leader, and that's the connection.
Well, leadership sounds kind of scary. So,
Yeah.
so I mean, like, why would you want to be a leader? Like, why would you desire to be a leader?
Honestly, for me, it was really like, I feel like when I was little, I always wanted to be a leader. So like I would see people doing stuff, and I'm like, hey, that's not okay. Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. But it was like being a leader for me and having all these opportunities. It was like I never wanted to do it for like the attention or for the spotlight. It was just like I wanted to have fun, especially when I was in like 8th grade. I was like, oh, when I go to Crowley High School, I'm going to change some stuff up there. I don't really like how things are going. And I was just like, I always watch High School Musical and like, all the high school movies, and they're involved in everything. So it's just like, that was my perception on high school. Like when I get older, it was like, oh, it's going to be like a movie. And it's like, that's kind of what it is right now.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So you said a couple words that I want to kind of talk a little bit more about. And so you mentioned this idea of wanting to change some things.
Yeah.
So how does leadership and having a desire to change or to create, how does that connect for you?
For me, it's like, that's kind of how the world works. Leaders. So it's like, if you want a change, you have to put yourself in that position to make a change.
Okay, all right, that's a good one. All right. I need to write that down. I don't have a pen, so I'm going to try to write it down in my head.
Okay.
But you said if you want to make a change, you have to be willing to do it.
Yeah, you have to put you have to put yourself in the position to make one.
Okay, all right. And so you knew when you were little that you wanted to be a person that evoked change, or created change in whatever situation you're in. And it's obviously, like, you have been involved in activities, and you've been intentional about getting involved in activities. You're involved in a lot of things.
I am.
So talk to me about how you stay grounded as involved in all these different things, but still remain who you are as a person.
God and my parents.
Okay.
Yeah, so I talk to God a lot. I go to church, but most of the time when it's stuff like I have to be at dance practice, I have an SVEC meeting after school. I have track practice. I have track meet, like I've track meets, everything. It's like stuff like this, even this podcast. It's like my parents always tell me, like, make a schedule, get you a calendar. You need to set on time. You need to have very good time management. And it's like I kind of struggle with that. Like even when I wake up in the mornings, I wake up late and stuff. It's like, but my parents are always there for like a good support system for me.
Yeah. So let's go back to this idea. So I heard you talk about change and wanting to create change. And so being a leader you have a desire to create change.
Yes, I do.
But I also heard you talk about managing your time.
Yes.
Because you're in a lot of stuff, but
Yeah,
you're
I
able to
am.
manage your time. The other thing is leadership is really about like adding value. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
And so how do you make sure that as a student that you actually add value? Like, what do you do to make sure that you put yourself in a position to do that?
Me, honestly, I get everybody's opinion because I feel like you can't be a leader and just lead it your way.
Okay.
So it's like you have to get people in your group that obviously lift you up, that have growth in them, that aren't just trying to stay in the same space. So it's like when I'm involved in groups like that, I really try to give like positive energy in the groups that I'm in, and like so we all grow, we have like different opinions, and I feel like that's why the groups that I'm involved in have like so much of an impact on like the things that we're doing. It's like because we all want what's for the best. So it's like, and we're all like motivated for it and have like positive energy about, like, my dad's all about that positive energy. So it's like we always want change. So it's like, especially when you surround yourself, like my dad always says that, like, surround yourself by people who want like better for you. Like you don't want to surround yourself by negative people because you're going to become a negative person.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. So let's stay right there for a second. So I want to just kind of make sure I capture all the nuggets that you're dropping, because you're dropping a lot of nuggets. I feel like I'm in McDonald's and I just ordered a 12-piece nuggets, right? You're giving them to me. All right. So the first one you said is a leader has to have a desire kind of to make an impact and have a positive impact. And you said that a leader must be a learner.
they must
Right?
learn,
And you just said something that was very critical. Like I can have a desire to have an impact, and I can even be a learner. But can you lead alone?
No, you have to have a support system to lead you.
Yeah, you gotta have a support system.
Your backbone.
And so you surround yourself with all these people and all these folks that believe like you do, right? Now, this is all it sounds all really good. So, but what happens when you have a desire to lead and a desire to make things better, but you feel like no one else shares that same perspective? How do you deal with that as a leader?
Yeah, honestly, me, and maybe it's just me personally, I like I'm a dancer. So it's like when things don't happen that go my way, I like to dance it out. Like even when it's just improvising, like somebody's not giving me a choreography, I just dance. Like I put all my feelings into dance. So it's like I kind of dance it out and I really talk to God about it. But I know everybody can't do that because everybody might not believe in God. But I feel like having that one person in your life, like even when nobody's around, you have to trust yourself.
Yeah.
Like trust yourself, like because even with me, like it was a point in life when I felt like nobody was there for me. But it's like now, so even sometimes like people might not be there for you just to be there for you. They might want to be there because they like your attention or they like where you're at right now and they know they can't be there. So they try to use you to get where they're going. But it's like you have to understand that everybody's not going to be there for you always.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to stand by yourself, but you have to trust yourself in that process to keep going, keep pushing forward.
Yeah, awesome. So, you're 10th grader, so what are you, 16?
Yes, I'm 16.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay,
I just
all
turned
right.
16 December.
Just turned 16
Yeah.
December. Awesome. And so, although you've had a great, you had a great support system, not all your friends have that same.
Yeah, they don't.
And so, if you're speaking to, and I need you to speak as if you're talking to your friends, your younger cousins, your younger siblings, sisters, and others. And I know you got an 8th grade sister.
Yes, I do.
And she is performing and all over the world. So that's great. Your parents obviously have done a great job, right? But there are 17,000 students in our district, and a lot of them are at all kind of different scale levels and all. But we want the best for all of them. So what would you say to encourage a student who may be maybe not fit? They don't fit in. They want to make a difference. They don't know how to make a difference. They feel like maybe they can't make a difference. What would you tell somebody? What would you say to encourage them to really understand their power?
I would say it's okay not to be miserable in high school.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't understand that there's so many opportunities. Like there's so many opportunities. Like even if you feel like you don't fit in or there's like people that don't like you or this and that, but it's just like I feel like there's honestly at least one person that has the same interests as you and wants the best for you. And even if so, you don't feel like it's the best, sometimes you just have to go out your way and step out your comfort zone and do what's needed to do for you to succeed.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe everybody might not have like a couple of my friends. Like I always try to be that support system. Like even if I don't know the person, I'm always like, hey, how are you doing? Like, how's your day? You know, try to be like, people would say friendly, but I kind of just call it being nice. Because honestly, you got to understand that everybody didn't grow up the same. Yeah. Like I probably grew up in like both of my parents are in the same household, you know, like not everybody grows up like that. So it's like some people might not have like a father figure, a mother figure. And it's like, you always want to be that person that is like, it's okay for them to talk to you. It's okay for them to let their guard down and like open them up to like new clubs and activities. So I feel like honestly, when you don't have stuff always going on good at home, it's like good to be at school and like be involved in clubs to take your mind off that.
Absolutely. Well, Madison, we're gonna kind of wrap up this session, but I want to just kind of summarize what you said and to make sure that I captured it, all right? And if I don't say it correctly, you correct me, all right? I believe that you started off by talking about this idea that a leader has to have an internal desire to make a change, to make an impact.
Yes.
To engage in activity that creates a benefit for themselves and for others, right? I heard you say that a leader has to be a learner.
Yes.
So I have a desire to make an impact, to make a change, but I also got to learn.
Yeah, you have to learn.
But then when I learn, I also have to find my people.
Yes.
I got to find other people like me because
that
leading
surround
alone
yourself.
will create depression because as a leader, you see all the stuff that could happen.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't happen because you got to do it with people, and so you got to find your people, right? And so I definitely appreciate those nuggets that you shared with us today. Any last minute comments or anything else you like to leave with the audience and maybe others about leadership?
Honestly, I would just say find your peace because that's what my dad always tells me. He's like, find your peace. You need to make sure you have good vibes, surround yourself by good people. So it's just like, especially just finding your happy place. Yeah. Because it's just like when you're not happy, it's like you're not going to want to do anything.
Absolutely. Yeah. Leadership is about finding your happy place.
Yeah.
All right. High five, man. Hey, that's some good nuggets for sure. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Madison. I definitely appreciate just this quick conversation with you. We're going to have others.
Okay.
We have 2 more years together.
Yeah, 2 more years.
10, 11, 12. 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah. 2.5 years. So I'm just looking forward to getting to know you more and to hearing really more of your friends as well. I want to see the things that you do. I want to be a part of it. I just want to honor you and just tell you, man, you are awesome. And I am so thankful to be your superintendent. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you all. And so now, definitely want y'all to stay with us because we have a part 2 to this session. This is about focusing on our leaders that are among us. Oftentimes, we think leadership is about position. We think it's about title. We think it's about an age. Like you can't lead if you're not this age today. That is simply not true in CrowleyISD. We have leaders all throughout our district, all throughout our system, and we're going to be highlighting these leaders in the learning shop on this learning podcast. Again, stay with us, stay tuned for part 2. We're going to be talking to another great leader in our district, Mr. Christian, and you're going to hear some innovative, creative things that he's done. You see, leaders step up and they look at a situation and they say, I want to make it better. And then they step up and they make it better. Again, part 2 will be great. So thank you, Madison, for joining us.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciate you and definitely hope you have a great day. Looking forward to seeing you as you progress. All thing I have to tell you is lead well.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you.